When Kaiser was first diagnosed, I talked to numerous people offering words of comfort. And as I was talking to one friend, he said, "Thank God it's the easy one." Now, let me be clear. He wasn't being insensitive or condescending. In fact, when you look at statistics, he's right. I think back to that conversation all the time, and his words have had a huge impact on me. I think about the pool of tears in which I've wallowed, the fears that I've swallowed, and the pain that followed that made me feel so hollow. And it's like, this is the easy one. I think about how his growth's been stunted, about all the challenges he's confronted, just a deluge of issues thrown at him. How he's been a champion and overcome it. But to be blunt, it's taken its toll in ways you can't fathom. But the good news is, this is the easy one. I think about the struggles at home and at work, and how the stress just piles up until you want to flip out and go berserk. They say that no one fights alone, but you feel like Atlas just trying to hold the weight of the earth. So you overreact to something that should have been nothing and look like a total jerk. It's like the joke's on you, but you can't find any mirth. So you're stuck with your head hanging low, using your stick to scratch out under the dirt. This is the easy one. I think about the hospital stays, the trips back home just to go back the next day, the uncertainty for his safety, and how many times that I've prayed, my mind screaming, "Jesus, don't take my child away." And I'm like, this is the easy one. I think about how he doesn't really like hospital food, how the pain of a needle stick's something he's become acclimated to, about how much he didn't want to shave his head, but it got to the point it was something we had to do. How he has to wear a mask if he wants to enter a public room. And you don't want to be all doom and gloom, but you're forced to assume that someone's allergies could potentially be a threat that'll lead him to his tomb. They don't understand, so they take offense and start to fume, and you're just sitting there feeling that heat sink in, thinking, this is the easy one. I think about all the drugs we've pumped in him, the horrible side effects and hoping against hope he won't get them, how the laundry list of meds and scheduled times to take them is enough to make your head start spinning, how this one's to treat the cancer, this one's to treat the side effects of that, and these others are to treat the effects that those might give him. That if he has a really bad response, you just flip up this blue cap and stab that EpiPen in him. But that's okay, because this is the easy one. I think about that time he was life flighted, and the outright frighted inside it that I might not get to see him smile again or just hold him for a while again. And as my throat had that bile set in, I thought, my God, this is the easy one. So if you have a family member or friend going through this struggle in their lives, they might tell you they're all right, but you'll be able to see it in their eyes. They know there's not much you can do to help, so they just smile and feed you lies. They don't tell you about all the times they've waited until they were alone so they could cry, about how they'd happily take this cancer from the child 100 times over, even if it meant they had to die. And the crazy thing is that right now, I'm just showing you this side. The parent of a child with the easy one.